take that a little bit deeper. You cursed the day you were born, but that was a happy day maybe for your mama.
Yes.
A beautiful Father's Day for your dad.
Yes.
What about your friends that you met on the way in your life?
Yeah.
If you're not here, go back and think about if you ever seen the movie It's a Wonderful Life. Things that will not happen because you are not here.
Yes.
We are placed here for a reason. But sometimes we get to that point in life. And isn't it wonderful that God understands? And isn't it wonderful that God can bring us back from the brink?
Yeah.
He was wishing he wasn't born. Now, I don't know if Job had any brothers or sisters, but it was really bad for a woman to be barren. So when you're going through, it's hard for you to consider other people's feelings.
That's right.
Yeah. So stop wondering why somebody don't. You can't figure it out. You can't figure out why you're going through it. But I'm telling y'all know I love Job, and I'm learning so much about Job. He cursed the day he was born, even the day he was conceived. Conception, a beautiful time. He wanted the death of his birth stripped from the calendar. Look at all the other folks. What about he wasn't the only one born on that? He wasn't the only one born July 23rd, 1964. Now you want everybody gone.
Yes.
But let me tell y'all something. That's what grief will take you.
Yes, it is.
That's why it's so important that we take time and listen to people. We take time and feel people. We take time and love on people. And we take time to hear from God. Because God will give us what to say, when to say it, and how to say it. Yes, Lord Jesus. Thank you.
A lot. And so I'm sure a lot of us, if not all of us, find ourselves even questioning God, like the things that's happening in this world today that we are having to experience. And we are having to sit with people or hear their stories of the destruction and just all the pain that's being brought in their life by someone else because of their own beliefs or whatever might be happening. Like, when does all of this stop? And so not only do we have our own personal stuff, but we have this world that we live in that as Christians we're sitting back watching just being destroyed. Because a lot of times when you're not looking at what's happening in the world from the eyes of God, you can get so overwhelmed and live in fear. I know someone that is literally walking in fear right now because of all the things that's happening in this world. And they're so consumed with all the stuff that's happening in the world, in the news, right? And they are internally processing all of this stuff. That's scary. And so that is something else that we need to think about too as we're going through this story of Job, because we too are saying to God, like, God, why? Like, when are you going to make this stop? Like, God. So it is a lot. Not only in our own individual personal life, but this world. And so it's up to us as God's vessels to continue to pray for our world. Because so many people's lives are being affected by the things that's happening in this world. And so not that all of our lives are not being affected in one way or the other, because based on some of the decisions these political decisions that's being made, all of us will probably tapped at some point with some of this because we're all connected to all these systems. So just understand that. The things that's happening in this world, when they started talking about Medicaid, Medicare, all that, we're all connected to those systems in one way or the other. And so pay attention. But then there's other people who's being directly affected. Their homes, their family members are being directly affected by violence, by all of this other stuff that none of us can control. But we are God's vessels.
I would like to say welcome to the fathers today, the grandfathers, the uncles, nephews, and the big brothers. So I'm the big brothers. I'd like to welcome you today, and I pray that you all have a wonderful time today. I pray that everything we do today, y'all never miss. Amen. Amen. And I'd like to say that I appreciate you guys for being the guys that you are. The walk that y'all have when y'all walk with Christ. I like the way that y'all show y'all love towards y'all wives and church members and family. And I just like to give special thanks to our overseer. To show up and to show out. When you don't feel like pushing it, sometimes you push it anyway. And I like to give honor to my husband as well. He pushed me. Many days to be here. Yep. Let's go. Mars, I'd like to thank God for him. Yeah. Cameraman back here. Mr. Ronnie, I'd like to thank God for him. All those in my absence, I'd like to thank God for them. That y'all are. Amen.
F. Faithful and true. A. Always there to guide you. T. Teaches you right things and to do no wrong. H. His counsels are my songs. E. Ever firm in imparting his ideals and principles. R. Ready to catch me each time I fall. My father was, is, and always will be an impeccable stature of heroism and Calvary. He never fails to show his love for me. His arms are my shelter and felicity. Happy Father's Day. Won't take a moment to greet you today. For the rest of my days, I honor you, Dad. I promise to keep you proud and glad. Happy Father's Day.